Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Recapping Space and Time. I am your friendly neighborhood soda, Rassilon, whatever you want to call me, joined by the master himself, Ben Big Fudge Rainer.
No, I'm the master now. What the fuck? When did that happen?
Sorry, that's right. You reverted to John Smith. I was calling you by your original name.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still on a little bit of adrenaline high from the adventures that we just had before starting this video. Forgive me. Yeah, forgive me.
He's distracted.
As always, joined by the other members of our TARDIS crew, we have 50 Shades of River Song, and today, Crying to Jess Zero.
Hoping to make it a solid 3.
Yay! How are you guys doing on this fun evening?
I'm good.
I'm fine.
Happy
Thank you
to
for
be
asking.
here.
Did you learn a new language, 50, or
9?
No, we are not on the Ninth Doctor. That was earlier in the run.
Yeah.
We are doing the 2 Christmas specials that came out in 2015. The Husbands of River Song, which is the last appearance of River Song in the Doctor Who on-screen universe, and followed by its I guess it is it is a sequel, I guess, 50?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. The Return of Dr. Mysterio, which is a very fun superhero romp. So what were you guys' thoughts on these 2 episodes?
Ours not. The one with River Song is my favorite Christmas special.
I'd agree with you there.
And the superhero one is fun. Not my favorite, but fun. I like all the superhero isms in it. The the glasses hidden identity always a fun laugh to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I wear glasses. But yeah, that is my overall thought.
Very nice. And Jess, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with Ben. I love this Christmas special with River Song. Still makes me cry. So that'll be fun to get into. I did enjoy Dr. Mysterio. It just wasn't as good as the Husbands of River Song for me.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Husbands of River Song is one of my favorite of the Christmas specials, and I had a lot of fun watching, the Adventures of Dr. Mysterio. Seeing Doctor Who, the Doctor, interact with the superhero was kind of fun. Yeah, you guys do know who played.
You have to act 50.
Oh, that's right, 50.
It's
Before
okay, you always forget about me. That's okay.
Yeah, because you probably know.
No, yeah.
50 as our resident curator.
So, as the biggest Doctor Who fan out of this group,
by far.
Yeah. You may be a Doctor Who fan, but I'm the Doctor Who fan. The definite article, you might say. I didn't like the fact that we had to wait a full year between one and the other. Because remember, I watched these when I came out. I didn't.
Wait, so River Song came out in 2014 and Mysterio was 2015?
River's Song was 2015 and it was Dr. Mysterio was 2016.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And Capoli's final season was 2017. Along with his final Christmas special. I remember that. I remember that because this was the year I moved into this apartment.
Oh.
So I watched the last Capaldi season here.
Before we dive into this, talking about the Husbands of River Song, how many of you besides me at the end of this episode went back and watched the scene of River Song and David Tennant?
I didn't, but I should have. I never thought to do that.
It's genuinely distressing. I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh,
I did that today, and I've already cried over it today. So
okay, so
I didn't because I already have a wibbly wobbly timey wimey mind. I know what happens next. I know how it goes.
I know, but seeing it play out and then seeing it how it did in that library episode,
it's so much more heartbreaking. It's ridiculously awful to watch.
Yeah,
I might venture it later.
At the time of the library episode, you have no idea who this woman is.
No.
It's a good moment, but having witnessed everything they went through up until the husband of River Song, it gets you so much more when River sacrifices herself.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think I can speak for myself. Am I wrong in assuming that I'm the only one in here who watched Doctor Who before River Song was even a concept?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So obviously, I see it from a different angle because to me, I still remember the days where no one even knew who River Song is
Mm.
when River Song wasn't even the thing yet. So that's why it's less of an emotional gut punch to me because I got to see her journey play out sort of the proper way that it kind of happened. I saw from the library all the way to this.
Okay.
So maybe that's why I'm
Jaded.
what?
I said
Immune?
jaded.
A little immune?
I'm kidding, 50. I'm kidding.
What is with you today? Well, I do love the character of River Song and everything that she brought to the Doctor Who universe. I don't have her as high regard as maybe you three do. But that's just
I love
me.
her.
Yeah, me too.
I do. I love her too. But again, just the fact that I started from the beginning, where you're supposed to start, and ended it where you're
Yeah,
supposed to end.
you had the right amount of time between her first and second appearance to digest it, whereas probably the three of us, we all got there pretty damn quick.
Yeah, that's like I always say about Doctor Who. It's a never ending train that you just happen to get on at a certain station and get off at another station. I started way before River Song was a passenger on the train, and I'm still going till the journey's end. You guys
No pun
started
intended.
in the middle.
I,
Yeah, no
I
pun wasn't.
still, I still think she should have been the Day of the Doctor. And something. Not replacing anyone is haven't been there. It would have been powerful, I think, but whatever.
Yeah, but based on the story we got, she doesn't fit in. It would have been they would have had to done something else.
Okay.
Because remember, the Day of the Doctor is celebrating the Doctor, and like I said, River Song was just a part of the Doctor's main life, a big part, but comparatively to the rest of the Doctor's timeline, which got even more expanded with the addition of the Timeless Children stuff. I mean, that's like I compare it to humanity's time on this planet.
Mhm.
All right, humans have been on this planet for about less than 2 million years, which is only just a fraction of the longevity of planet Earth. That's how I see River Song. It's one of the bigger parts uh, of the Doctor's timeline, just not the biggest.
Okay.
And obviously, the Mesozoic era, the longest era of planet Earth, that's Tom Baker's era. Am I right? Because it's the longest.
He is technically the longest.
How long did he last here? You don't mind me asking.
7 years
Yeah.
playing the
Really?
Doctor.
Wow.
Ever
good
wondered
on
why
him.
so many people see him as the iconic Doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a lot of, if you ask a lot of people who came on during the classic era, most of them will probably say it's to Baker.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, 50 has a scarf.
There you go.
So
Okay.
this is what I
Very
wanted to bring
suave.
up. This is what I wanted to bring up earlier. Do you know who played the superhero in the Doctor Mysterio episode?
No, who?
Chris
No.
Pratt.
This
Goku
guy?
from the Dragon Ball movie.
Really?
Wow.
Fellow BC boy. He's from my neck of the woods.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay.
What was thinking? When you think Chris Pratt, I was like, really?
Because he's in
Nope.
everything.
I know
He is
wow.
now. No, Justin Chatwin, born in Nanaimo, British Columbia.
Yeah.
He's on Vancouver Island. All right,
Interesting.
shall we head into it?
That's new.
Okay. In 5343, on the human colony of Mendorax Delora, The 12th Doctor is mistaken by a servant, Nardole, for a surgeon hired by River's Song to attend to her dying husband, King Hydroflax. River, who is unfamiliar with his new set of regenerations, fails to recognize the Doctor as she takes him aside and tells him to decapitate Hydroflax so she can claim the Halasi Andravar, the most valuable diamond in the universe, which has become lodged in the king's brain. However, they are interrupted by Hydroflax, who overhears them. Being a cyborg, he detaches his head from his mechanical body and orders it to kill them. While River defends herself, the Doctor grabs Hydroflax's head and threatens to put him in the garbage disposal, creating a stalemate and allowing Ramon, River's actual husband, to teleport her, the Doctor, and Hydroflax's head outside. Believing Nardole is to have information about River, Hydroflax's body decapitates him to use his head as its own. River and Ramon track down the TARDIS and attempt to take off with the Doctor, but the ship's safeguards prevent it from taking off when it detects that Hydroflax's head and body, although separated, are still linked to one another. Left behind, Hydroflax's body tricks and uploads Ramon before following a homing beacon emitted by his head. Using Ramon, it forces its way inside, causing the TARDIS to travel to the starship Harmony and Redemption, where River requests that the maitre d', Fleming, deadlock seal the baggage hold where the TARDIS landed to prevent Hydroflax's body from pursuing them further. Rather than return the diamond to the Halasi, River reveals that she intends to sell the diamond to a buyer named Scratch, who has secretly filled the meeting point with members of his own species. After receiving payment, River and the Doctor discover that Scratch and his compatriots worship Hydroflax and are after the diamond in his honor. Despite attempts to hide the bagged head containing the diamond, Fleming stops them from escaping, who is tricked into entering the baggage area by an under duress Ramon, but promises the Doctor's head to Hydroflax's body using River as bait. Sensing that Hydroflax's head will die imminently, his body destroys it, leaving only the diamond. Fleming interrogates River for the Doctor's whereabouts, but she explains that although she loves the Doctor, he does not reciprocate before realizing the Doctor was with her all along.
Hello,
And
sweetie.
it chokes me up every time.
God, yeah,
The moment where she realizes and she turns to him and he just says, "Hello, sweetie."
and not just that, the love in Capaldi's voice. This is the Doctor who we know has never interacted, but you can still feel Matt Smith in there.
There, 2 or 3 moments that in this episode that I love. That's one of them. The other one is when the Doctor has to go into the TARDIS with River, and he pretends not to have been in there before. And
Yeah, those are easily the two best Doctor and River scenes.
And then, of course, at the end, when he gives you the present.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How are you holding up, Jess? You okay?
Deeply sad, but I'll be fine.
Yeah. No, it just brings up all the warm and fuzziness in your tum tum. Being a time traveler, River knows the ship is about to be crippled by a meteor strike, which she uses as their escape plan, taking the diamond in the process. The Doctor uses Scratch's universal bank transfer device to overload Hydroflax's body before heading to the ship's bridge. As the ship is crashing, River discovers that they are heading towards the planet Beryllium, which the Doctor remembers is where she spends her last night with him before her death. Realizing that they cannot stop the ship, River and the Doctor flee into the TARDIS, but the impact knocks her unconscious. Having avoided taking River to delirium for as long as possible, the Doctor decides to give in to the inevitable. After traveling to the next morning, the Doctor suggests to a man searching for survivors that he build a restaurant with a view of delirium's singing towers and gives him the diamond to fund its construction. Traveling forward in time once again, the Doctor books a table on the balcony for Christmas Day in 4 years' time. When River awakens and exits the TARDIS into the restaurant, she is told that the Doctor is waiting for her. She encounters Hydroflax's body, still savaged and now peacefully controlled by Ramon and Nardole's heads, working as a waiter in the restaurant. The Doctor gives River a sonic screwdriver, the same one she has in the Forest of the Dead. As the pair admire the singing towers, River asks whether this really is their last night together. The Doctor insists that there is no way to avoid the end of their times together and refuses to tell River the future, though he reveals one night on Delirium lasts for 24 years. And the episode ends. Yes, are you okay?
And they live happily ever after.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that they gave them well, you know where it's going, but they gave the episode a happy ending. Like
I think their love story is so tragic. It's so tragic.
They wrapped this episode at the perfect moment. They didn't expand it. They wrapped it at the perfect moment.
So, okay, one thing that confuses me. I think I asked this before, but now I'm asking again. The river in the name of the Doctor. What river is that?
It's after the library.
Yeah. So yeah, the one where
That's
where she grabs her hand so that I still see you. Yeah, he's right. It's the one that was uploaded into the screwdriver that Tennant put into the TARDIS.
It's the reason why she says to him, it's too where he says to her, it's too painful, and she says, "I could take it," and he says, "No, for me." It's because she's gone. That's the reason why it is really heartbreaking.
So it's after this moment.
Yes. It's after she dies.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely a beautiful episode. Beautiful moment. Yeah, even though it's technically not her last time living, it is technically our last time seeing Alex Kingston as the Great River Song.
It's horrible because she knows that the next time she sees the Doctor, he's not going to know who she is, and she adores him, and I think that's the most tragic thing about their love story.
She doesn't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that.
No, she knows that it's their last night because she says, "How long is a night on Darillium?" Why would she ask that? So she knows that the next time because that's the reason why she asks.
But
that's where Stephen Moffat comes in with his refusing to let go of things and stretching out an ending till infinity by making a night on Darillium last 24 years.
Yeah.
Which
I
I
think
like.
it's so much more tragic if it's just one
Me
night.
too. But what I'm struggling to remember is when did River find out about Darillium, that it was their last night together?
She
She said that there are rumors about them.
Oh, okay, right.
In the episode.
Right.
But yes, don't you think that if it's their last night together, don't you think that it's better that they're having the night stretch across 24 years as opposed to just one night?
Yeah, I just think it's tragic that the moment they say goodbye to each other, she's going to encounter him and he doesn't know who she is. That's awful. Imagine looking at the love of your life and they have no clue who you are.
Yeah,
and it's a really horrible theme of someone forgetting you, and that really messes me up just a little bit.
Yeah, but again, they had 24 years together on Darillium, so
I like how you
but when you love someone, it doesn't matter if you get 24 years or 24,000 years. It's never going to be enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing.
I agree.
And he gives him the diary in this one, right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he gave her the diary in Let's Kill Hitler.
Right,
right.
She had it all along, and she was reading it during the dinner, and she was like, "It's almost full. The man who gave it to me knew exactly how many pages I'm going to need."
Yeah, that's rough. That's just rough.
Yeah,
but bringing back the positives, trying to bring a smile back to Jess's face. How great is it that the Doctor is like, "You know me, come on, you know who I am," and she's like, "Nope, I don't know who that." To kind of put a positive spin on the whole, she doesn't about him not recognizing who she is.
I guess so.
It's
right?
the opposite end of that, the happy side of that.
Yeah,
it's true. The parts of the episode where he's trying to get her to, you know who I am, like those were great. Like Capaldi, for so many people who've never acted that I know of together on screen before, Capaldi and Alex Kingston have great chemistry as the Doctor and River Song.
Yeah.
Like clearly not Matt Smith, her level. But
no, she's fantastic though. She does such good chemistry with all the Doctors that she's even when
Even Tennant,
Even when she's with when she's Tennant, the way she says it to him, when she says hello, sweet, and the way she looks at him, I'm like, oh gosh, this woman just loves
what
him.
goes to that is she knew Stephen Moffat told her what River Song's story arc was, so she knew that was her last time seeing the Doctor.
Not in that episode, not in the library episode. No,
I thought it was.
If you look hard enough, you'll find interviews where she's saying that Alex Kingston did not know she's coming back after the library episode. She thought it was a one and done character.
Oh yeah. No, but she knew the fact. She knew the story.
He told her that once he had his full story for her in his mind, he told her, "You're Amy and Rory's daughter, but you can't let them know that you know."
But she had, but the way, in order to give that type of performance, she had to have known that at some point that she was close with one of these doctors.
Let me ask you something.
Because she says, "Oh, I went too far back," so it was clearly intended that she was supposed to be someone really close with them.
Yeah, but the way Doctor Who storytelling goes sometimes is just like the Valeyard. Sometimes they bring in something that's supposedly from the Doctor's future, but they never touch on it again.
Okay.
She must have assumed it was something like that.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So let me ask you guys something. The Doctor, Rory, Amy, and River. Would you say Matt Smith, the Doctor? Would you say those are the three most important companions in the Doctor's life that impact him the most?
The 11th Doctor, maybe. But again, there's so much history going back and going forward that
I would
maybe
if you look at all the companions, I would definitely put them up there if you were to use that as across all the Doctors. Like obviously you'd have Sarah Jane Smith up there, right?
The Brigadier.
Like the other most iconic.
Yeah.
Some people will put Rose up there because of the two Doctors, right? So
the Brigadier, Captain Jack.
Yeah, exactly. The Brigadier, Captain Jack, Susan,
Ace, Romana.
Yeah,
both Romanas. K9, obviously.
Aldrich, not Aldrich. Sorry, I meant Jamie. I was thinking the other one with the shaggy haircut. Like obviously there are some that are probably not as important, like Perry or Joe or
Liz,
right? So I would definitely put them in that upper echelon of the more important companions. For sure.
I heard that.
Me too, and we're moving on. We're moving on to the sequel special.
Hey, we're making a sequel.
The Return of Dr. Mysterio. The episode set in New York City and involves the Dr. Enardo linking with journalist Lucy Fletcher and a superhero called the Ghost to combat brain-swapping aliens. This was quite, if you watch them back to back, it's definitely a palate cleanser. It really is.
But then, like I said, watch that wonderful River Song episode, and then you had to wait an entire freaking year for the next one.
Which is kind of what it was worth right now with Whittaker's exit.
Yeah. Or rather with Whittaker's first season. After her first season, you get one New Year's Day special and you get nothing. All of 2019 until 2020 happened. Yeah, that's what happened.
Wow.
It's part of the reason I started to fall back off again, because there was no Doctor Who for all of 2019.
Why did
and then obviously 2020 happened, and we all know what happened that year.
Like why did they do that? Like I know Tennant. Well, I know why Tennant did it with the specials, but like, why is there such a wide gap in Capaldi's and Whittaker's time as opposed to like a Matt Smith?
Well, for Whittaker, it was, and I quote, Chris Chibnall said he didn't have any fresh ideas for a while.
Ew, that's never a good sign.
And well, that's why now you know why the Whittaker stuff is one of the more hated stuff, because people didn't. It's not like people had a problem with. Well, some people had a problem with a woman being the Doctor, but most people just have a problem with.
Yeah, those people.
Come on, those aren't people. Come on, but most people just have a problem with Chibnall and his writing. And I had a conversation with Ryan on our 5-hour stream, which is we both agreed that it's a very similar situation to Moffat, where he's better when he's writing individual episodes,
but
not
being
show running. But
I agree.
Stephen Moffat is obviously a much better showrunner than Chibnall.
Mm-hmm. Right, because as a showrunner, he gave us some of the best stuff in Doctor Who.
Yeah,
so
some of the worst stuff, but never mind.
In New York City, and remember, guys, feel free to interrupt me if you have something jogs in your mind from the episode. In New York City on Christmas Eve of 1992, an 8-year-old boy named Grant wakes to find the 12th Doctor dangling outside the window of his family's apartment and helps him come into his bedroom. By the way, great entrance of the Doctor in this episode.
Yeah.
Really good. Taking Grant to the rooftop, the Doctor, whom Grant calls Dr. Mysterio, reveals he accidentally set off a trap for a device he was building, and he enlists Grant to help complete it. However, Grant mistakenly swallows a wish-granting gemstone needed for the device, believing it to be medicine for a cold he has, effectively being granted his wish to be a superhero. Abandoning the device, the Doctor makes Grant promise to not use his superpowers before he leaves. The Doctor returns to New York City in 2016 with Nardole, whom he removed from Hydroflax's body and rebuilt, to investigate Harmony Shoals, a multinational research company. They encounter a news reporter, Lucy Fletcher, who is conducting a similar investigation. The group discovers that it is being secretly run by a group of living alien brains that transplant themselves into any living creature they need for their plans. They witness the killing of the company's owner, Mr. Brock, for his body. Tracked down by Dr. Sim, an employee the brains already took over, the group is suddenly rescued by a masked superhero named the Ghost, who afterwards transports Lucy close to her home. Returning to her apartment before her, the Ghost transforms back into Grant, who works for Lucy as a nanny. He is shocked to find the Doctor and Nardole waiting for him, having tracked him down via the gemstone fused inside his body. When Lucy returns and interrogates the Time Lord by squeezing a stress toy she calls Mr. Huffle, which I do like, by the way, that she ended up getting control over the Doctor with his freaking toy.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Huffle. Mr. Huffle feels pain.
And then just lets it go. It's like, oh.
It's like spring at top of water.
Yeah, it is.
And he's like, okay, stop. You made your point.
When Lucy returns and investigates the Time Lord by squeezing a stress toy she calls Mr. Huffle, the Doctor reveals to her that the alien brains colonize planets by taking control of their prominent leaders, with Earth being their next target. Leaving Lucy to prepare for an interview with Grant's alter ego, the Doctor and Nardole track down the alien's ship in a low orbit and board it via the TARDIS. There, they discover that the ship's reactor is in a critical state and realize from Dr. Sim that he intends to drop it on New York. Remembering an observation made by Nardole, the Doctor realizes the city would be vaporized except for the Harmony Shoals building. I almost said Harmony Shoals COVID. What the hell?
What?
No, it's because for a brief second I was thinking about the South Park COVID special that just came out, and for some reason I said, okay, Harmony Shoals COVID. World leaders would then take shelter in the company's other buildings within each capital city, believing Earth was under attack, effectively allowing the brains to take them over. After Dr. Sim lets slip the ship is being dropped at a designated time, the Doctor forces its descent ahead of schedule. Ghost and Lucy are captured by the brains during the interview. They plan to transplant themselves into Ghost's body. Ghost flees to deprive the brains of their prize, then returns as Grant to protect Lucy. Unable to change the ship's course during its descent, the Doctor sends Grant a message requesting his help. Grant manages to stop the alien ship from crashing into the city, but reveals himself as the Ghost to Lucy in the process. Lucy is won over, and Grant takes her in tow as he disposes of the ship. The Doctor alerts UNIT, which shuts down Harmony Shoals, unaware that the alien brain in Dr. Sims has escaped within one of their soldiers. Back at Lucy's apartment, Grant informs the Doctor he will no longer use his powers and retire his costumed identity. As the Time Lord leaves, Lucy asks him why he is sad. The Doctor gives only a vague answer before departing, and Nardole privately reveals that the Doctor is mourning the loss of River Song, but will ultimately recover. And he leaves with the Doctor to assist him further. Are you okay, Jess? You didn't start crying again? because I can't see what I've actually changed it up a bit. I'm reading it on this screen, so I can't actually see what you guys are doing. So I don't know. So yeah, what do you think of this as a two-parter?
I don't hear it as a two-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just can't get into the
Thematically very
that one
different.
Yeah,
It's like a lot of Doctor Who episodes. They're two separate episodes with a defining through line
Yeah.
running through them, similar to the Monks episode from Capaldi's last season.
No, I think overall these are very, very well done Christmas specials.
the first one is excellent. I
Yeah.
would give the second one a solid B, personally.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'd go with that. Yeah.
You totally did not give me another idea for another T ranking list of all the Christmas specials.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
But it's only the modern.
Only if we do New Who, which I guess are the only ones that did Christmas specials.
Yeah, there aren't any Christmas specials in the classic series, but
Yeah.
okay.
It could be something, maybe somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Maybe
Watch all first, but okay.
maybe for the holiday.
Oh yeah, that's actually would be a good one to do during the
Christmas.
Christmas break. Yeah.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
You're a genius.
I know.
Oh, oh boy.
Yeah, I
So-
thought it was a fun episode. I don't think it was like anything special.
No, for sure. Like I said, like if you're watching them binge wise, it is a great palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Because
But if you're doing if you're going the long way around, to quote the Doctor, if you're doing the whole, you watched one in 2015, then you watched another one in 2016. It's a good present to get for the holidays.
Mhm.
A good compensation for not getting a single season during 2016.
But here's my question. Maybe I missed something. But other than that final conversation about 24 years, was River brought up any time in that episode?
Which episode? The Doctor Mysterio one?
Yeah, not the Mysterio.
she was never once mentioned.
No, it's
I mean-
like the Doctor asks Grant, how long has it been since he last saw him? And he says 24 years. And he's like, of course it has been.
But,
So yeah, that's,
but like,
that's the only other reference. Yeah, is that
but
one.
that's the only thing.
Yeah, but sometimes even the smallest thing, when you lose someone you love that much, sometimes even the smallest
Reminder.
hint.
No. I get it from the doctor's perspective, but us from the audience perspective, I mean, it's like two completely different stories.
Yeah, and again, remember, there was a whole year break.
Right.
Yeah.
So you didn't have
But
to.
I think
Oh, that's what they're referencing. That's why it's better to watch it as a binge, like Soda said.
how long after that, after Husbands of River Song, is this supposed to take place? In the Doctor's timeline? You don't know?
I don't know. Well, definitely 24 years later. But
Yeah.
after that, I mean, no idea.
Hmm.
It could have been 50 more years after that. Who knows? Really?
48 more years.
Yeah. But yeah, there
Okay.
was a long stretch of time in expanded media where the Doctor was just traveling alone. And there is also another one where he's just traveling with Gnarl. So
You know, it's no
so
a new consistent companion for a while.
yeah. But ask me that same question again, Ben. About the how long has it been?
How long has it been?
Who knows? Who
knows? I love Tom Baker. Hey, 50. Here's a Star Wars question for you. What character did Tom Baker voice in Star Wars Rebels?
Jedi and Sith used their Ashlar and Bogan, the light and the dark, and the one in the middle, the Bendu.
Really?
He did. Yep. That
Wow.
was him. The Bendu.
You carry great conflict within you, Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight.
He's got one of those voices that just lends so much gravitas. to any role.
Which
he brings.
again is just leaving me wondering why they're not bringing the Bendu back in any capacity.
Oh,
I mean,
you're
I'm not
talking
going getting any younger, you know.
You're talking about the Star Wars now. I have an answer for you. Real for the movies anyway. They
You
don't
have an
have
answer
a
for me. Okay, what's the question?
Oh dear lord. He's slowly becoming a madman in a box.
Who's to say I wasn't already one?
Touche.
They don't have a plan over there for the movies. And you can tell there's no movie fan.
Well, I wasn't
Anyway.
talking the movies. I was talking like anything.
I bet, and I'm not really new, I don't have anything to back this up. I bet to get a menu in the Ahsoka show.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I thought for sure it was going to show up in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Especially with Grogu and such.
That wouldn't make sense, though. There's no...
It would have made sense in that episode where they go to the Jedi Temple on Tython.
That's fair.
So does anyone else have anything more to say about these 2 episodes that we just talked about tonight?
I'll just say this, that when the Return of Dr. Mysterio happened, I was like knee deep in my first ever watch of Smallville.
Oh.
And I definitely got major Smallville vibes from that episode right from the beginning. Even the building that they're in has a globe spinning on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because it's obviously supposed to pay homage to Superman, right?
Yeah, and the entire episode starts with a comic book going into one of the panels. And there's even a reference to Siegel and Schuster at one point, and the Doctor's commenting on superheroes, and it's like, look, Superman and Clark Kent are the same person.
Watching the Doctor reading Superman, like, you have no idea how much that blew my mind. Like, I'm watching it, like, I couldn't quite compute
Oh my god!
I mean, dude, have you ever played Lego Dimensions?
No, we know
because the Doctor literally interacts with Batman and Gandalf in that.
I know, game. But again, I haven't played Lego Dimensions, so me seeing it was just like.
Okay. How great would Kingdom Capaldi be as a Joel?
Yeah.
Why we gotta do this to me, man? Come on! I'm falling to pieces now.
Lucy Fletcher is named after Lois Lane's sister Lucy. Her character is similar to Lois in that she does not realize that her old high school friend Incarnati is a superhero ghost. The initials LL, used by several characters of the Superman comics, is used in Lucy's married name, Lucy Lombard.
Lucy Lombard, yeah.
I love Smallville.
Oh, and the Doctor uses the augmented reality game app Pokemon Go to create a distraction at Harmony Shoals Tokyo headquarters.
Yeah, when Nardole is like, it's a bit quiet, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I created a distraction. I flooded the lobby with Pokemon. And as the guy who plays Pokemon Go, I'm like, that's not exactly how that works, but okay, never mind.
Oh, way to be nitpicky.
Okay, real quick, back to the Husbands of River song. I will say this. Top 3 most tragic love stories for me. I will put them in number 3. In TV.
In TV?
What's your number 2 and 1?
You wouldn't know it from Lost, but you will know it when we come to Lost on the show.
But what, are they both from Lost?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Wait, so Jess, are you suggesting that they're your number 1?
Yeah.
What about the Ponds?
No, they get to be together.
Exactly.
Okay. The tragedy is the fact that they can't be with the Doctor, but they still got to be together. For me, the idea that she's going to get to a point where, she looks at him and he doesn't know who she is awful. So much more awful. I think someone forgetting you entirely is so much harder than knowing that they loved you until the very last breath.
You can see that the way she characterizes it.
And what you just said is very similar to Peggy Carter in Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they gave her Alzheimer's. That's right.
That broke me.
Oh, that broke me too when I was like, oh fuck, they gave her Alzheimer's. Like, holy shit. Yeah. But they did get a happy ending because he went back in time and Endgame and stayed with her. So
that is the benefits of timey-wimey, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But I'm with Jess in terms of what the love stories I've seen. I would put them at number one because most of them do have some form of happy ending. This one does not.
Talk to me when we're knee deep in that.
I definitely will. I'm actually serious. I'm looking forward to watching that. I think it's about time I finally do. I've heard so much good things about it. I'm actually looking forward to watching it.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to love it. There's no doubt in my mind. It's a good one. I can't wait to rewatch it.
But that brings me to another question. Soda, did you break your usual tradition of skipping the intros for the Husbands of Riversong?
No, I didn't actually.
What intros?
Sorry. No, I did. I did actually
No,
watch
I was
it.
like,
Sorry, I meant I did, like with the whole snow drifting into the title scene and
Yeah, there's this Christmas ornaments flying around instead of the planets. You saw
I thought
that?
it was pretty cool. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I
Okay.
remembered going into watching it that you said to watch the credits for that one, so I did.
Okay. Okay, I'm all caught up now.
Yeah.
I'm okay. All right.
Okay, so next episode we will be talking about Peter Capaldi's final season as the Doctor. Now 50, as the person who has seen all of it already, give us a spoiler-free summary of what to look forward to.
Similar to what we saw of the Doctor in this season. He's being the Doctor, no training wheels needed. No someone dragging him down, and no someone telling him what to do and where to go. But expect a lot of comic relief from Nardole.
Woo! I love comic relief, and I love Matt Lucas. I love Nardole.
And expect a good, proper companion this time in the form of Bill. And also, Missy's coming back.
Yay!
A lot.
yay!
Yay.
And anything I think I would say beyond that would be a spoiler.
Okay. So on that note,
It does end on a cliffhanger that, much like the Tennant series, really does lead into the next Christmas special, which will be Capaldi's final episode.
which I cannot wait because what's going to happen in that episode? Who does he run into, 50?
You may be a doctor, but I'm the Doctor. The original, you might say.
As played by David Bradley, Mr. Filch.
But I will say this, Peter Capaldi has, a long interview from Capaldi is recently resurfaced, saying that his initial intention with the first 2 seasons of his run was to be a much more darker
I remember hearing that.
Doctor that wasn't really accepted by either the fans or the BBC. That's why this Doctor, starting from the Husbands of Riversong and all the way up to Twice Upon a Time, is a much more lighthearted, funny, campy Doctor, similar to a lot of previous Doctors that came before him.
The way he moves, he kind of reminds me of a Pertwee.
John Funny. I thought the Doctor was this guy.
Hello. I'm the Doctor.
That's my Doctor. That's my Doctor. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to do that.
I understand it.
I think I should clip it a little bit more though, so I can end it right after he says, "I'm the Doctor." We don't have that fucking wide shot.
But like I said, Ben, he may be a Doctor, but he's not the original, you might say.
Technically, neither is David Bradley.
And apparently not even William Hartnell, but we'll get to that part of the story eventually.
All right, so Jess, I'm gonna go to you first, so you can go back to wiping your tears. Where can everybody find you?
Stop crying, okay? I've stopped crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, it's gonna be my next name change. You can actually find me on the Galaxy Geeks channel on Monday, where we're going to be talking about my Schmodown first Schmo. There we go, tongue twister. First Schmodown Spectacular. So I'm going to be doing predictions with those guys, and then I'm on a few things next week, including the JCast Network and Let's Get Ready. So I'll be doing quite a few things in the lead up to Spectacular.
Yeah, our very own Jess is becoming quite the popular chick.
Baby's first Spectacular.
Yeah, and I can't wait to watch it and hear your reactions while it's going on. 50 Shades of River Song. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me every Saturday with two of the wonderful people on screen today on Get Sweaty. You can find me occasionally on Mount Modown, Shooting the Breeze, or Let's Talk About Star Wars whenever they allow me in there. You can find me on my YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Geek. You can also find me occasionally on Twitch, where I sometimes stream the new brilliant Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, where I name every single Pokemon I catch after a Doctor Who character. And you can also catch the first part of the all-night 58th anniversary Doctor Who stream that I did last week. And you can also find the second part, where I will be wearing this and going over all the stuff that I didn't have the time to do on the first one. And you can also find my Patreon, patreon.com/Pokemon Star Crossing Crescent, where I designed a Pokemon game based on Israel.
All right. And Ben, what about you?
You can find me every Wednesday on the Sports of the North news show, Ancients of North, where we're deep diving into every episode of Hawkeye. Every Thursday on Shooting the Breeze. Every Saturday on Get Sweaty and Mount Modown. And big news, we name books an amazing, incredible guest for December 11th on Mount Modown. I'm not going to say who it is, but my God, I am so excited for this person.
It's going to be so good.
And it's going to be fun. I can't wait to share it with you guys. But you're going to have to wait to find out who it is.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it, Ben, because this episode's going to smash it out of the park. As for myself...
And you can also find me on the Ancients of North with Ben. I forgot to mention that. It's new to me. I'm sorry.
And you can find me on Soda at Soda_the_Saxman on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me pretty much on almost every show on this channel. Coming up, I've actually got jack shit this weekend, which is actually pretty cool. Other than Get Sweaty tomorrow. That's why I said other than Get Sweaty tomorrow. No other shows to do, which is actually pretty nice. You can also find me over on the Squared Slice Wednesday nights. You could find myself, Jess, and Ben over on recapping the Shooting the Breeze right now. Sorry,
Yeah.
I get on my Shooting the Breeze, where we are currently in the middle of reviewing the Spider-Man cinematic universe leading up to and going a little bit past the release date of Spider-Man No Way Home. So, on behalf
we kind of are recapping the past in a way.
Technically, we are, yeah. So, on behalf of myself, Ben, Jess, and 50, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video, leave your comments, tell us what your thoughts are on this episode, and we will see you next time on recapping the past. See ya.